Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in the wild update for Minecraft going for the birthday song achievement. This is to have an Allay drop a cake on a note block. You are only going to need two things for this pretty much. You're going to need a cake and a note block. So the basic ingredients for those are going to be wheat, sugarcane, eggs, milk, which requires buckets, and then wood and redstone. So make sure you get all of the above, which shouldn't be too difficult, especially if you are familiar enough with Minecraft at this point. Take all of these with you to a crafting table. You're going to want to make the cake first. To make a cake, you want to first convert your sugar cane into sugar. It is going to be a 1-to-1 conversion, so one sugar cane gets you one sugar. And then you're going to want to take 3 wheat. That's going to go on the bottom row. Then you're going to take your sugar, and they're going to go on either side of the middle row. You're going to place your egg in the middle to bind it, and then the top row is going to be your 3 buckets of milk. You only are going to be required to have one cake for this, but having multiple is going to help. So if you can get multiple ingredients, make sure you make extra cakes in case we do accidentally mess up. So grab your cake, and then it's going to be on to the note block. A note block is also going to be very simple to make. It's going to be one redstone in the middle surrounded by a circle of wood. So just make sure you pop your redstone in the middle, surround that with wooden planks, and you should get your note block. And you are only going to need one of these. So pretty simple prereqs that only require you to get up to iron on the tech tree. So now that you have your note block and cake or cakes, you're going to move on to the difficult part of the achievement, which is actually finding an allay or allays. Allays can appear at 2 different types of locations. The first one is going to be a woodland mansion, which unless you luck out and happen to find one normally, you're going to need a treasure map. The easier of the 2 locations is going to be pillager outposts, which should be pretty obvious to find out in the overworld since they are going to be these giant towers. Once you enter the outpost, make sure you look around the surroundings and you should find these wooden jails. Most of the time, they're going to contain iron golems. However, if you get super lucky, you can find one that contains some allays. Allays are going to be these fairy-looking types of mobs. They're going to be friendly, especially if you free them. Make sure you break into the jail, and then what you want to do is want to make sure you pop your note block down. Try to recover up the jail because you don't want them flying away. And then what you want to do basically is you're going to want to try to have them pick up one of your cakes. The way allays are going to work is they're going to pick up any loose items that are going to be nearby. So make sure you drop all of your cakes nearby, and then hopefully one of them should pick a cake up. You can also try to hand an allay an item with left trigger. However, the achievement is going to be a little glitchy if you have an allay get an item that way, so it's better to have them pick up a loose item. And then basically to get an allay to drop an item, you want to make sure you use a note block, and you want to make sure you keep hitting the note block until it plays a specific note, and that note is basically going to trigger the allay to drop whatever item they are holding on the note block. So if this item happens to be a cake, you should be good for this particular achievement. You are going to have to be a little patient with it. The allay AI isn't going to be super stellar, and they kind of do whatever they want to at times, and they often also get stuck in the environment. So make sure you do whatever is appropriate to get them to drop said cake. But once you manage to have them drop a cake on the note block, you should be good for this achievement. 10 gamer score for this one, and that's all there is to it.